All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome again to a new episode of Psycho's Platters, episode 138 this time around. This one here is going to be mostly CDs today. I thought there was a couple Goodwills, a couple other thrift shops that I managed to hit some CDs really decent. These are the ones that I could find right away, but I also have another batch that I have to tell you about another time. Always powered by coffee. Got a new Barnes & Noble had clearance, so fight for the Empire, right? I don't know. I have this and I got a Doctor Who one, and today it's like, nope, not today. So, first of all, I want to mention before we get into the meat and potatoes of this episode, two little things, if it's all right with you. Number one, I know I've mentioned it before. Maybe this will be the last time I'll mention it, or I might be lying and not realizing it. Yes, this is still in my CD player. If you have not seen Psycho's review of the Monkey's Good Time album, go check it out for a few minutes. It's not that long. I'm almost at 600 views, seriously, on this alone since I put this out. And I also am going to throw out there, I have to thank, the Monkeys podcast Zilch. All right, they helped me. They allowed me to put it up on there. Psycho Cello is another one. It's a Monkeys fan site, and we want the Monkeys in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All three of those Facebook pages. Go like and subscribe if you're a Monkeys fan. But I'm telling you, this is so cool. Other than Wax Museum of Ronnie Dark, his radio show playing this on Sundays, I actually heard me and Magdalena around midnight a couple days ago. 107.5, The Spy out of Tulsa played it. So I thought that was really cool. So go check that out. And I also put out, pardon me a minute, I also put out a review for the new Mickey Dolenz Chance of a Lifetime single from 7A. Like I said, I brought this up before. It's translucent vinyl. A new update on this, actually, though. There originally was 1,000 copies to be had. I have been told, I can't remember if it was 7A or one of the Monkeys fan sites, said they're down to less than 200 copies of this. Go grab this sucker. You will not lose. Trust me, this is beautiful. So, alright, we're going to start off here, like I said. We've got the CDs. At the end of the episode, I'm also going to re-mention about the contest that's going on, right? And a little bit of updates on that. So you already saw the Monkeys here. Like I said, every one of these I picked up for $1 to $2. Really excellent. How about a nice double Floyd? Yeah, you know, I have been looking for this for quite a while, but I got Pink Floyd Echoes. Like I said, it's a double CD, and you're talking about... it's kind of weird how they got the strange playlist. It's not in chronological order, but I guess it's just... I don't know what the order is supposed to be, but you have things like Astronomy Domine, See Emily Play, Another Brick in the Wall, of course, Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun, Great Gig in the Sky. That's the first CD. Second one, Shine On You Crazy Diamond, all the parts. One of These Days, Us and Them, Learning to Fly. Like I said, Learning to Fly, and then Arnold Lane. You're jumping around here, and it ends with Bike. So, like I said, I couldn't pass up the double CD on this one here. Got that for the front. Alright, let's see. Next. I had this one time or another, but for some reason it disappeared. I always liked the soundtrack to The Crow. I have. If you're into the hard rock stuff, this is actually one of those few perfect soundtracks. And in case you don't know what's on this, you've got The Cure, you got Machines of Loving Grace, Stone Temple Pilots doing Big Empty, Nine Inch Nails, Rage Against the Machine, Violent Femmes, which I might be seeing them in concert in a couple weeks. Rollins Band, they're coming around Thanksgiving time to Springfield, Missouri. Helmet, Pantera, For Love Not Lisa, My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult, Jesus and Mary Chain Medicine, and Jane Seabury. A couple of these guys, people I don't know, but overall, I actually really like this movie. He died too damn young. Another stupid tragedy. Really weird. Always been a fan of Foreigner. Ever since day one. I I remember hearing them on the radio when they first came out in late 76, early 77, and I've liked them ever since. This here, of course, to me, in my opinion, is literally, I like this. It's a double CD. It goes all the way from Feels Like the First Time to, you do have a couple live cuts with Kelly Hansen, who's been the singer of Foreigner now for over 10 plus years. Too Late is the new track on here. I honestly can't remember if Jason Bonham's on that track. I know they were trying to work on some things at the time. How about this, though, for a little Foreigner trivia fact that I didn't even know about until literally yesterday. Did any of you guys pick up, you Foreigner fans, pick up the 1994-95, reason why I say it that way is because it was released, 2 different releases in different countries, of the Mr. Moonlight album? That's the one that had Under the Gun was the first single. That's not the one I care for. I actually like Till the End of Time. Talk about a tear-jerking love song, right? But you know who plays lead guitar on that track? Who said Dwayne Eddy? You didn't know that, did you? Dwayne Eddy, Mr. Rebel Rouser, the man of twang, plays guitar on Till the End of Time for Foreigner. I didn't know that. I'm like, I want to know the story. How the hell did they get Dwayne Eddy to just come on in and cut that track? I like that. No wonder why I like it. It just gives me an extra excuse. So, but real quick update here. According to Mick Jones and Lou Gramm now, there is something in the works. It's not a permanent reunion. Okay, I think they're looking at a one-shot, maybe 2, 1 or 2 shows. 40th anniversary of the band later this year. The original lineup and I think even Rick Wills may be involved in it too, because he didn't show up till the 4th album. That'd be great. Out of all honesty, I just got done literally reading. It was either an interview with Kelly Hansen or Mick Jones, and supposedly they've got 2 or 3 new songs done. Now that's not what the original lineup. Okay, it's just new stuff that they're working on. They're considering doing an EP. They really need to get these reunion concerts done before somebody gets really sick or, you know, sidelined again like Meatloaf. I mean, Mick Jones has been sidelined twice, I think, from Foreigner. They need to do this. At least Mick and Lou patch things up again. Thank God for that. Alright, guys, still sealed copy. Jimmy Plays Monterey. Still sealed? I'm not going to pass that up for $2. No siree. I don't honestly know if I've heard all the Monterey performance, but this is supposed to be all it here. Not a bad CD. Eagles, Hell Freezes Over from 1994. You know, I actually don't mind the reunion tracks on here. Get Over It's good. Love Will Keep Us Alive is okay. If I remember correctly, though, that track, I don't know if any of you people have heard this story. Oh, man, I don't remember. Was it Don Felder's book? I think it was Felder's book. Go get Don Felder's book. I think you'd enjoy it. They had in 90, the Eagles almost reunited. In 90, you had 4 out of 5 in the studio. Glenn was the one that didn't show up. And if I remember correctly, Love Will Keep Us Alive is one of those songs that was worked on originally in those 90 sessions. Girl From Yesterday's okay. Learn to Be Still, I like that too. And then, of course, there's some interesting arrangements. I've always liked the arrangement for Hotel California. You know, I like Desperado on here too. But if you don't have this, grab it. I mean, we're not going to see him ever again, are we now? Rest in peace, Glenn. Alright, I'm a Cheap Trick fan. Always been a Cheap Trick fan. Seriously, since, well, let's see. I think I brought this up before, but they came onto my radar around the Heaven Tonight album. So yeah, 79, 80. So, I mean, I think that's pretty cool anyway. So I've liked them that many years, and I got to see them 3 times. But believe it or not, this is actually one of my favorites. This is from 1981, Cheap Trick's One-on-One album. You've got three original members of Trick on here. Tom Peterson took a break in late 1980. Or no, in 80 he took a break. And Peter Kamita came in and did a handful of tracks. Now, here's going to be an interesting little goofy thing I'm going to tell you about that I just learned about recently, about John Brandt and Peter Kamita. They were both in a band together in the Chicagoland area called D' Thumbs. Go look. I think it's YouTube. I think. There is a 4-song demo. D' Thumbs came around in 1977. I want to say it was John Brandt and Pete Kamita, Cliff Johnson from Pez Band. That was before he would do Off-Broadway. So you've got those 3. And of all people, Tommy Aldridge on drums, who just left Black Oak, Arkansas. Interesting little demo. They didn't survive very long. But go check it out on YouTube, D' Thumbs, if you want to look at some interesting late 70s, rock. It's really cool stuff. But my favorites, of course, on here, If You Want My Love, I always like that one. But She's Tight, I always like that. Turn the door and I open the key. I don't understand. All right. I'll tell you something. I think I brought this up to Mean Mr. Mayo. Maybe a couple other people, too. I'm thinking about doing, I know some of you people in the VC, Joe, Tim Allen, a few of you others have gone off and done McCartney reviews. I think I'm going to do one slightly different. That'll be an upcoming episode too, and there's going to be a very good reason for it. But I literally got McCartney's new album, still sealed, for $2. I haven't listened to it yet. Okay, I've heard a couple tracks. Played on the Beatle broadcasts and the Sunday morning Beatles show broadcasts and on occasional radio. So I can't wait to listen to this. This one here, this was just kind of really weird, I think. Kinks. Did ya? This is an EP. I have never seen this. Columbia, okay. Produced by Ray Davies. If I remember correctly, this is going to maybe be... Was this the last... Okay, the Kinks did an album on Columbia, I think, called Phobia, and I think this was off of this. This was an EP. I don't know. It says all tracks produced by Ray Davies. Yeah, it's not saying very much on here. I just can't tell if this is like a promo thing or this was just, hey, guess what, we're going to throw an EP out there. But did ya, from the Kinks. One of my favorite REM albums, Automatic for the People. I have always dug this album. The ones on here, my favorite, Drive. I love Drive. Drive is my favorite on here. The Sidewinder Sleeps Tonight. I like that one too. If I remember correctly, it's that song and one other on here that John Paul Jones from Zeppelin does the orchestral arrangements. He may be more than that, but you can tell it's just a wonderful album. I don't know. I like this one better than Monster because I bought I think Monster came out before this. That's the one with What's the Frequency, Kenneth. I could be getting my discography screwed up. But this one here is like literally one of my favorite REM albums. Okay. These next two, really cool, I think. Anybody out there likes Australian bands, you're going to get this immediately. I have a couple Australian viewers that have subscribed and watched my channel. So you guys for sure are going to know what I'm talking about here. I barely know the name of this band, and I also know that this band has had ties, loose ties, to members of REM and Warren Zevon, the Hoodoo Gurus. Now these here is kind of funny. These are promo CDs, but both of these are autographed by everybody in the band. I could not believe that I came across these. Now, remember I said that there was, and I've got some more to show you here, but somebody from Australia has been dumping CDs at this particular Goodwill, and this is like the 4th trip that I have hit Australian CDs, but this is the first time I found signed Australian CDs from the Hoodoo Gurus. Honestly, I can't wait to listen to these, but I'll also tell you this. I did a little research on these, and the last time that they were in the States, they played South by Southwest and a handful of other gigs in 2007. So I don't know if these were autographed in the States. Were these signed in Australia? You know, like did a fan go, hey, will you sign these for us? I'm just happy to have these, and I can't wait to listen to them. Maybe I'll become a new fan. Let's see here. I got 2 last ones here to show you. I played this over at Doug Field's house not too long ago. Anytime I can find any old collectibles CD line, I will grab it. Best of the Dixie Cups, Chapel of Love, alright? This one here, you've got pretty much all the stuff from the Redbird era, but you also have here, this is the reason why I grabbed this, the last 2 tracks of this 16-track CD, the track 15, People Say, is an unreleased alternate take, and then Iko Iko is an unreleased a cappella version, and both of them were interesting, because like I said, we listened to that over at Doug's house. Let's see. Oh yeah. Anybody like Bob and Tom? I like Bob and Tom. Well, it's not Bob and Tom anymore, is it? It's the Tom and Chick show. Whatever. I haven't heard it, unfortunately, that much since Bob and Christy Lee left. I met Christy Lee and Chick and Donnie Baker one time. This was 5-6 years ago, yeah. But I found it's really hard to find these things, honestly, out there. But nice double CD. I don't mind that some of the stuff's dated. This is like got Clinton era jokes and stuff like that, but I don't care. And then lastly, guys, the Best of Roxy Music. This one here, also an Australian import. It has pretty much everything from Avalon, More Than This, Jealous Guy. One of my favorites, Do the Strand, Virginia Plain. It's like they went backwards. Instead of going forwards, they went backwards in the chronological. Yeah, it's just I don't know who the model is. Brian Ferry always seems to come up with interesting models, doesn't he? He had Cherry Hall do one, and I can't remember who else. But that's pretty much all the CDs, guys. Like I said, I got all those for $2 a piece. Oh, I do have to mention something. Sorry that I keep yapping here, but I keep finding things here. You know, sometimes when I'm out and about in town, I work for, like I said, a big box retailer, or an offshoot of one, and I ended up bumping into this guy that had a Fender shirt, you know, and I'm like, I told him, I said, hey, you know, cool shirt. We start talking a little bit, and he goes off, and we start talking about vinyl, and even though this isn't vinyl, he comes back. I'm not kidding you. Him and his wife come back 10 minutes later to give me something. They're like, we have a box set that's been sitting around, and we haven't played it in a long time, and we want you to have this. Listen to the band, the Monkees 1991 Rhino box set. It's in perfect condition, guys. I was speechless. I'm not going to show you everything here, but the book was there, and let's see. Oh, the poster's in here too. I didn't see the poster. Let me see. Would you like me to show you really quick? I'll show you the poster. Why not? If I can get this out. Oh yeah. Look. I like that. All the Monkey memorabilia. And then each one of the CDs is a picture of basically of the front here. Each CD is, you know, got a band member on it. For 1991, I'll tell you, like I said, this thing's been out of print I don't know how long. It's a beautiful box set, I'm not going to lie, and it went all the way, of course, from the beginning all the way to the Pool It album, is what they've got going here. So this is actually going to have a nice prominence in my monkey collection. Also, I want to throw out here really quick, I got this for 50 cents about last week or two, yeah. And I found this at the local resale shop. Here's the front, here's the back. I couldn't figure out what it is. Let me show you. This is like one of the pages of the book. But after reading it, I did figure out that this must be the booklet that was included in the 1995, 96 Rhino VHS box set of the Monkees TV show. I wish I could find the VHS box set, although I don't really have a VHS player anymore. But I want to tell you something that I saw that was interesting, that I haven't honestly read anywhere else, truthfully. I know some of you Monkey fans might go off and go, well, duh, we know about this. But, where is that page? They showed, it was inner office memos from Cold Gems. And it mentioned, let me see here, what page is it on? Like I said, a lot of good pictures in here. Oh, here we go. It said, Inner Office Communications, Screen Gem Incorporated, January 10th, 1966. The Monkees, and this one's with M-O-N-K-E-Y-S is typed up. Pilot, January 10th, 1966. There is a list of names of people that tried out for this thing. It kind of half cracked me up. I don't know who the Wellingtons are, but the whole band tried out for the Monkees. The Billy B and Kings also tried out for the Monkees. Here's the first one that cracked me up. Bobby Pickett. Isn't that Bobby Boris Pickett, Mr. Monster Mash? Am I right on this? Needless to say, the comment was too old as to why he didn't get in. Mickey Rooney Jr. also tried out. He was interested but then became unavailable for the series. That was the comment note here. This one threw me for a loop. Matt and Mark Andes. If those names sound familiar to you, good for you. But if they don't, Matt and Mark Andes. Mark Andes was an original member of Spirit. He was the bass player, and of course went on to things like JoJo Gunn, Heart, a whole bunch of other things. Matt, his brother, would end up in Spirit in the 90s, if I remember correctly, I think. So it's kind of funny. They must have been really, really young, and it said right there, no interest as to why they didn't take them. Another one on here. Let's see here if I can find another one. They did mention, of course, that the actors that were tested also included Bill Chadwick. Bill Chadwick was a friend of the Monkees too. I want to say it's either he worked with Mike or Davey. He would end up working on some songs with. The last one here that the name popped out. Van Dyke Parks. Van Dyke Parks actually tried out for the Monkees. And of course he would end up having a very strange solo career, and he also would be a collaborator with Brian Wilson, and I cannot remember, there's some other people escaping me right now. But it said here that Rayberg passed, but that, I cannot read, maybe it's Raffleson, liked. So that just really threw me off here, this little book. But it mentioned all the episodes and everything. How about this? Picked this up for $1 last week. Shirley Jones, a memoir. Oh yeah, Mama Partridge. And of course sung in a bunch of musicals too. And who out there's watched Grandma's Boy, huh? And Charlie Chin. I'm not going to go there. If you saw the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's a signed nameplate. But somebody told me that there's a possibility that this could have been computer generated. why take the time to do a computer generated? But it's an affixed book plate of Shirley Jones's autograph. I don't know if it's true or not. I haven't read the book yet to be able to tell you if it's good or not. But there is a book that I did end up getting done. Sam Phillips, the man who invented rock and roll. I got this from the library. This is 650 pages of goodness. I don't think I've seen such a better book than this. This is great. This is beautiful. There's a lot of good pictures in here. You're going to find out some interesting facts, especially about his blues stuff, the Sun stuff, the Philips International label stuff, his radio stations, all the other stuff that he's done. His private life, you know, his kids, his wife, his mistresses, stuff like that. Very interesting read. I mean it. Go get this. You will not don't do yourself an injustice by not reading this. This is very good. All right, I'm going to mention two last things and I'll shut up. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on a minute. I take that back. I thought I'd mention this even though he doesn't know I'm doing it. Doug Fields actually gave me a nice copy of a Black Swan, Don't Drop Out, She Loves You from the Beatles. There is like a there's like a slight scuff. There's a couple slight scuffs on here, but I don't remember having one of these in my collection, so he was very generous and gave me that as well. So thank you, Doug. Remember to watch the Vinyl Grotto and subscribe and like to his channel. He just put an episode out. So I want to go off and mention to you really quick that I do have a 250 subscriber contest still. We've got 2 last weeks to do the contest. So far I've had 2 entries, Sloop John H. and T-Mex 1959. That's Tim Smith's channel. So Sloop John H. and T-M-E-C-S 1959, Tim Smith's channel. Go watch the response videos on that too. I've had several people go off and tell me that they're going to do response videos. I will have the contest through the 4th of July. I may extend it an extra couple of days. I haven't decided that yet, but for the moment we're throwing it out at the 4th of July. What's some of the prizes? Well, I do happen to have still some Butcher cover CD yesterday and today's. It's the mono and stereo version both on one CD. Here's the front, here's the back. I have about 4 or 5 of these to dole out to 2 winners of the contest. I have one still sealed Kiss trading card set, if I remember correctly on this. This is early 2000s. I can't remember, but it's 32 or 33 cards with a small mini poster in it. I've got one of those. I also have a couple freebie things I'm going to throw in. I found an interesting promo postcard. Let's see. Also, I may give away even a concert t-shirt or 2 that I happen to have. Maybe some small little books, things like that you guys might get unexpectedly. I want to mention really quick here, I've got a lot of new subscribers since the last episode. Please like and subscribe to this channel. To be in the contest, you have to subscribe, okay? But I really like having you people watching anyway, and I appreciate each and every one of you in the VC that do take time out to watch Psyko Platters channel. I'm telling you, I love it, and it's majorly appreciative. Here's the new subscriber since the last episode. Now, I'm not kidding you, there's a lot here. Tanner Johnson, Joe Rodriguez, Gordon Rikessic. I hope I got that right. R-E-K-C-I-K-S-S-A. Rikessa. Rock and Roll Soul 77. A newbie in the area. That Kid from YouTube. I've seen your videos. I like him. Go check him out. He's a really nice young kid. Of course, Sloop John H. I brought that up already. Robert Nunez. Perry Corvise, and I have to apologize. At first I thought it was Converse, like the shoes. I was wrong. Perry Corvise. Poptopia 1. Todd's VHS for Life.